Good afternoon. I am delighted to welcome everyone to the Convocation ceremony for the Northwestern Pritzker School of Law Class of 2023. Congratulations to our amazing graduates. It is wonderful to be able to come together in community and welcome the family and friends of our graduates who are here in person with us today and those who are joining us remotely from around the world. It is also my pleasure to welcome our special guest, this year's Convocation speaker, Cherise Smith, Managing Partner of Paul Hastings, LLP. The Provost of Northwestern University, Kathleen Haggerty. And Eugenia Castrillon, Vice Dean of Graduate and Undergraduate Programs at IE, Instituto de Empresa, our partner school in Madrid. Today, we are honoring and celebrating an extraordinary achievement, our graduates' successful completion of a rigorous legal education program. This would be a major achievement at any time, and these graduates have done so while facing major challenges. Our JD graduates began law school at the peak of the pandemic on Zoom, and many of our graduates from all of our programs have faced difficult personal circumstances. The class of 2023 has shown resiliency, support for one another, and leadership that has made such a difference. We are so proud of you, and it is with great pleasure that we celebrate and recognize our amazing graduates. The 163rd class to graduate from Northwestern Pritzker Law includes 643 graduates from 8 degree programs: Juris Doctor, Joint Juris Doctor, Master of Business Administration, Master of Laws in International Human Rights, Master of Laws in Taxation, Executive Master of Laws, Master of Studies in Law, and Master of Science in Law. Our graduates come from all over the United States and 35 places around the world. And they already have accomplished so much and contributed so much during their time in law school. They have published numerous articles, including ones that were solo authored and co-authored with our faculty. They have had competitive success, including winning the Midwest Regional of the National Trial Competition, making it to semifinals of the Price Media Law Moot Court Competition, winning the Estrella Mock Trial Competition, and winning second place and best written submission in the LLM division of the ABA Tax Section Law Student Challenge. Our students have given back in so many ways. This graduating class collectively gave 8,565 hours of their time to public service. 100 students from across our programs completed our student public service goal of at least 50 hours of public service, or the equivalent goal for students here less than 3 years, with 15 students volunteering at least 100 hours and 16 students volunteering more than 200 hours. They have made an impact through the Bloom Legal Clinic, tutoring students, working with struggling families, helping asylum seekers, supporting women in the justice system, participating in programs in our Chicago public schools, supporting the right to vote, and traveling to New Orleans and Mississippi during spring break, where they addressed issues of racial and economic justice. And this and so much more was just in law school. Following their graduation from these programs, Our JD and LLM graduates will make their impact in the United States and around the world at major law firms and businesses, in governmental positions, and in public interest positions that advance social justice and human rights. Our JD graduates will be clerking for federal and state court judges in 16 states plus DC after graduation. Our MSL graduates will bring their integrated law, business, and STEM knowledge to law, medicine, technology, and other companies, healthcare and management consulting, and regulatory affairs and compliance. Our LLM tax graduates will embark on careers as tax attorneys at law firms and accounting firms, and within government and academia. We are so excited for all that these graduates will contribute. They give me hope for the future. It is important at this milestone moment to recognize the people who supported our graduates to this day and will be there for them as they move forward. It is wonderful to have so many loved ones with us here today. And I also want to acknowledge the important people in the lives of our graduates who are not here today. We know, as each of our graduates also knows, that the love and unfailing support of family and friends always, and particularly during these challenging times, have played a critical role in getting them to today and will support them as they move into the future. Please join me in congratulating and thanking family and friends of our graduates. Northwestern Pritzker Law is privileged to have a team of amazing faculty, administrators, and staff that is deeply committed to serving our students. Please join me in thanking the faculty, administrators, and staff who have taught, mentored, and supported our graduates, and those who worked so hard to make this celebration special. And now it is my honor to introduce the Provost of Northwestern University, Kathleen Haggerty. I have things to say. Okay, no, you can say it. Provost Haggerty has served in this role since September 2020, after serving as Associate Provost for Faculty during the 2019-20 academic year and previously as Interim Dean of the Kellogg School of Management. She is an accomplished scholar and respected faculty leader with vast experience attracting and retaining top faculty in an increasingly competitive environment for academic talent. She joined Kellogg more than 30 years ago and holds the first Chicago professorship in finance. She has held numerous positions of leadership within Kellogg and has developed several successful academic programs that foster partnerships across our university. Her scholarly work has focused on the microstructure of securities markets, disclosure regulation, insider trading regulation, and effectiveness of self-regulatory organizations. We could not be more lucky at Northwestern to have such an extraordinary provost. I am extremely grateful for all of the ways she makes a difference through her leadership at our law school and university, and have learned so much from having the opportunity to collaborate with her these past 2 years. Please join me in welcoming Provost Haggerty.
Thank you, Dean Ofsosky. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here today to celebrate the accomplishments of this talented group of graduates. I'd like to thank Dean Hari Ofsosky, her leadership team, the faculty, and staff for all you've done for our students to get them to this exciting moment. I would also like to join the Dean in acknowledging and thanking Cherise Smith and today's student speakers. Family, friends, and supporters, and most importantly, class of 2023 graduates, welcome to the Pritzker School of Law Convocation ceremony. Today, Today we gather in deep gratitude and joy to celebrate the completion of this remarkable journey. You are graduating from one of the world's greatest law schools. As provost, I'm keenly aware of the effort and determination it took for each of you to arrive at this moment, not just during your years at Northwestern, but over a lifetime of work. I commend you on your success. We know that no individual's law school journey is completed alone. Many people have supported you, teach you, guide you, and cheer you on during your time here. It could be a professor, a family member, or a fellow student. I'd first like to acknowledge and congratulate the faculty for sharing their knowledge, experience, passion in educating the next generation of lawyers. The faculty are the center of all that we do here at Northwestern, and none of us would be here today without them. So let's give a hand to the amazing law school faculty. Next, I would personally like to express my gratitude to your family and friends. Today, we are all proud of these graduates, and we should be. Your love, compassion, and personal sacrifices provided the fuel for these ambitious graduates, often at just the right times. Today, I celebrate you as well. Graduates, you've all made important contributions as students, and now you're poised to begin the greatest phase of your life's journey. During this era, against the backdrop of difficult societal problems, we have witnessed the critical importance of law. In my life, I'm surrounded by lawyers. My father was a lawyer. 2 of my children are lawyers. I have sisters-in-laws who are lawyers, son-in-laws who are lawyers. And in my role as the chief academic officer of a large, complex academic institution with lots of people doing lots of different things, I see lawyers all the time. These lawyers do many different things: criminal defense, IP litigation, tax, labor, antitrust, civil rights, you name it. And in every case, the role they play is essential. They are there to solve the difficult problems that are put in front of them in a logical, orderly, and most importantly, just way. No organization or society can function without these incredibly smart, well-trained, and hardworking people. At Pritzker, you've chosen the very best place to learn about the critical aspects of practicing law, and I hope you carry them forward through a lifetime of service to society. Starting today, you are now a Northwestern alum. You join a vibrant and diverse community of people who are at the forefront of their fields in arts, science, medicine, business, engineering, and of course, law. I am grateful for your contributions to the Northwestern community. I look forward to seeing what you will do to apply and shape law to build a better future for us all. I'm very proud of you today. I'm excited for you, and I'm confident in your future success. Thank you.
Thank you, Provost Haggerty, for being here today and for those really wonderful remarks. It's a long-standing tradition at Northwestern Pritzker Law for the graduating class to select some of their classmates to deliver remarks. This year's class has selected 3 speakers: a JD graduate, an LLM graduate, and a graduate of our Master of Science in Law program. They are Bradford McGann, Danielle Caballero, and Kevin James Ingram. Our first speaker is JD graduate Bradford McGann. Bradford graduated from Harvard University in 2014, where he studied comparative government with a focus on human rights and refugee policy. He then spent 6 years in Washington, D.C. as a management consultant, serving international, federal, and local government clients. Here at the law school, Bradford served in a number of leadership roles, including Vice President of Finance for the Black Law Students Association and President of the Northwestern chapter of the International Refugee Assistance Project. He also served as editor-in-chief of the Northwestern University Law Review, the first Black person to hold that position since the journal was established in 1906. After graduation, Bradford will join the law firm of Covington and Burling in Washington, D.C., before returning to Chicago to clerk for the Honorable Judge Sharon Johnson Coleman on the Northern District of Illinois and the Honorable Justice Candace Jackson Akumi on the Seventh Circuit. Bradford was honored this week at our law school awards ceremony with the Leadership Award, which is awarded to the student who has made the greatest contribution to leadership in the student community. We are extremely grateful for all of the ways that Bradford has contributed during his time in our law school, and I look forward to the difference that he will make as he launches his legal career. Please join me in welcoming Bradford McGann.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dean Osofsky, for that kind introduction. And to the class of 2023, let's take a moment to recognize what is truly a remarkable achievement: successfully using the Ticketmaster app to get into the Chicago Theater. Now, when I was selected to give this address, I knew that I wanted to take time to reflect on what it is meant to be a student at Northwestern. But because I couldn't convince Student Services to let me reprise the finale of this year's Follies show, my thoughts turned to the law review. And don't worry, you don't need a blue book for the speech, so put those away. As editors, one of the first things we're told to look for when reading an article is a roadmap. A roadmap is a paragraph at the beginning of each article where the author lays out where their argument is headed with all of the energy and creativity of directions from Google Maps. A roadmap, we're told, is indicative of a strong argument, one that is well supported and well thought out, clear in its beginnings and inevitable in its conclusions. Now, roadmaps aren't unique to legal scholarship. Throughout life, we are taught the importance of having a plan, a direction for our lives, of acting with purpose and intentionality in all things, especially our careers. A roadmap, we're told, shows the level of certainty in the destination, that we're making rational choices and avoiding unnecessary risk. Of course, that's not to say that coming to law school is a rational choice. The decision to apply to law school is one that comes with risk and uncertainty. Am I too old or am I too young? Will my background and lived experience be accepted and valued by my professors and by my peers? And just how similar is law school to Legally Blonde anyway? In 2019, working my 5th job in 5 years, I grappled with all of those questions. But despite those concerns, the roadmap seemed clear. Figure out logic games, spend 3 years getting scared, worked, and bored to death in that order, and then graduate from some hallowed halls imbued with the wisdom of the law and the power to change the world. All said and done, there are a lot worse things to bet $300,000 on, like on the Bears winning the Super Bowl or something. It's why lawyers, famously risk-averse people, when asked why they chose the profession, often say, well, I didn't know what else to do, so I decided to become a lawyer. But for us, any semblance of certainty evaporated with the onset of the pandemic. As the world descended into immense tragedy, that once clear roadmap became wrapped in fog, the next step uncertain. Nevertheless, in the midst of lockdowns and canceled graduations, we all accepted our offers for admissions and took a leap of faith, a risk, hopeful but in no way certain that the future would be better than the trauma of the present. For some of us, that leap took us across the country and around the globe to Chicago. For others, it meant staying where we were for longer than we had expected, or starting classes at a law school from which we would later transfer. But for all of us, that leap landed us at Zoom School of Law. 1L was defined by fumbling to unmute ourselves during virtual coffee dates, breakout rooms that never seemed to break out, and squinting to figure out if our professor was frozen or if he was just very still. For that year, our law school experience was confined to a digital canvas in which we all sought to paint the depth and richness of our lives. Through the 4 corners of our screens, we learned about our keyboard cats and attention-grabbing dogs. about our families that could never quite figure out that the middle of Civ Pro lecture was not the best time to ask what we wanted for dinner, about who we were before law school and who we hope to be after. Most importantly, we learned to never take friendship for granted and to accept one another for who we are, regardless of the circumstances in which we may find ourselves. The fact that we're all able to sit here together today and share in this accomplishment, despite the barriers in our way, and despite not even having a listserv, is a testament to the power of community to bridge the gap between the uncertainty of the present and the promise of the future. But we didn't make it here alone. None of this would have been possible without the support of our mentors, our friends, and our family, those by blood, those found, and those chosen. For me, I'd like to thank my grandmothers, who worked tirelessly as a legal secretary and as a nurse to build a future where one day their grandson could be a graduate of one of the best law schools in the country. I'd like to thank my family for supporting me as I continue to try and figure out exactly what it is I want to be when I grow up. And please, please let that be a lawyer. My professors for guiding me on this journey to becoming an attorney, and my wife, Shamil, for being my best friend and partner on each and every step of this journey. I also want to take a moment of silence to recognize all those who could not be with us here today, but are undoubtedly proud of all that we've accomplished. Thank you. Being a student at Northwestern Pritzker School of Law has meant surviving in the face of adversity to write a story whose ending was never certain. It has meant pursuing a dream born from a desire to improve our communities, honor our families, and build a new life for ourselves. It has meant taking that first step into the fog, despite not knowing what lies on the other side. It has meant trading hard facts for legal fictions. As students of the law, we were taught to embrace principles of objectivity and logic that often bore no resemblance to the world in which we lived, to sterilize pain and injustice into rules and doctrine. And today, at graduation and for the rest of our careers, we will all be tempted and told to sand down the rough edges of our 3 years in law school, to neatly fit biographies and bylines, to boldly step out into the world, certain of our destinations and confident in our ability to overcome the challenges in our way, to lay out our roadmaps and walk to their inevitable conclusions. But we, the class of 2023, we know more than anyone that that roadmap is an illusion, that the path is never certain, the destination never clear, that our time at Northwestern and in our lives to follow is best measured not in length of years, but in longevity of days, each filled with personal struggle and collective success. And that often the difference is not in taking the road less traveled, but in supporting the people that you meet along the way. The poet laureate Amanda Gorman teaches us that there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it. As we prepare to take one more leap of faith into that night, let us, the class of 2023, promise to always be each other's North Star, lighting the way to wherever our paths may take us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bradford, for those inspiring remarks as you and the other members of the class of 2023 take that leap forward. Now I am pleased to welcome our second speaker, LLM graduate Danielle Caballero. Danielle is an international human rights LLM graduate from Ecuador. He graduated from law school at Universidad San Francisco de Quito with a minor in human rights law and a master's in constitutional law. Before joining Northwestern, Danielle worked for Asylum Access Ecuador, an organization that protects refugees' rights. He later worked for the Rapporteurship on the Rights of Migrants of the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights, and he served as the chief legal advisor for Justice Daniela Salazar at the Constitutional Court of Ecuador. While at Northwestern Pritzker Law, Danielle was part of the International Refugee Assistance Project chapter and worked on a reunification family project. He was also the LLM representative in the Outlaw Student Organization and coached the Northwestern team in the Price Media Law Moot Court competition. After graduation, Danielle will continue to work as a human rights lawyer with particular interest in refugees, LGBTQ, and reproductive rights, and he will also teach international law at his law school in Ecuador. We are grateful for all that Danielle contributed during his time at our law school and the difference that he has made and will make through his critical work to advance human rights and greater justice. Please join me in welcoming Danielle Caballero.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dean. It's hard to be in front of you right now, so I'm trying to not be nervous. Dean, faculty, and staff, fellow students, and their families. I'm so honored and humbled to be speaking in front of you today as part of the LLM Class 2023. As we all know, these last days has been a little bit stressful, full of final papers and exams, but also full of different feelings and emotions of what is coming next. Though I know each of you will do amazing things after graduation, I just wanted to share with you some thoughts that have been present during my LLM year, and particularly now that we did it. While I was writing a final paper for one of my favorite classes in Northwestern, Sexual Orientation and Gender Identity Law, I used this quote that I want to share with you. Defining one's own identity is one of the most personal and individual practices one can engage in. It is central to autonomy. This quote reminded me when I came out to my parents and my family. Besides the fear and anxiety at that moment, what was really going on through my head was, am I actually ready to fully accept myself? Because at the end of the day, the first person who knows who you are, it's you and no one else. As law students and lawyers, we will emerge in very privileged and elite spaces, from attending to leading law schools, big companies, high courts. And sometimes being part of these very elite spaces come along with different changes in our life. Changes like how we talk, how we dress, how we interact with people. And some of these changes are part or are forced for us so we can fit in this environment. After coming out, I just realized that there is nothing I will ever change to live true to myself. So no matter where you are, always remember where you come from and stay true to that person. Changes are good, so don't get me wrong on that, and we should be prepared for those changes. But we don't need to sacrifice who we really are, our values, or our principles to fit in anywhere. So let's have this in mind for our future career. Also, as law students and lawyers, let's always be aware of our privilege by recognizing what we have and what others don't, and by asking ourselves why. I know that many of you have worked so hard to be here. Still, each person's experiences are different in many ways, and we cannot take things for granted. By recognizing our own privilege, we can take active steps to make some real and deep changes in society. A place where, at one point in our lives, everyone will access to the same rights and the same opportunities. A place where women can freely make choices about their own body, where migrants and refugees are not seen as criminals, where trans people can live safely. No matter what type of law you practice or where you are, every action that you do from now on matters. So never underestimate the platform that you have right now to be part of social change. Now, I just want to talk the last minute about the LM Class 2023. I have no words to describe how great these people are. How many, yes. And also how meaningful it has been to share this journey with each of you. I respect you and admire you so much, not only for your outstanding professional experience, background, and knowledge, but for your invaluable friendship that I will cherish forever. We were sort of a big family, supporting each other in every way we can, struggling in different ways, especially in the winter, but also partying together and enjoying every time and every minute here in Northwestern. You have taught me so much right now, and I've just learned so much about myself because of each one of you. And you should be so proud of yourselves for this accomplishment and for all the great things you're doing next. Finally, I just want to thank my family, my friends from Ecuador, my professors in Ecuador and mentors, and my new friends that I just met in Chicago. Congratulations, we did it again. And congratulations to all the Northwestern class.
Thank you, Danielle, for sharing your experiences and these moving and important remarks. Our final student speaker is Kevin James Ingram, a graduate of our Master of Science in Law program. Before coming to Northwestern, Kevin attended the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, graduating last spring with a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry. For 3 years there, he worked in a comparative bioscience laboratory, researching molecular mechanisms of obesity and diabetes. During his time here at Northwestern Law, Kevin participated in an Access to Health project through the Northwestern Pritzker School of Law's Center for International Human Rights, where he joined an interdisciplinary team and partnered with the Sahel Foundation to develop an educational program on nutrition for women in Mauritania. Kevin was also a member of the MSL Public Service Subcommittee, where he helped organize a Mobilizing STEM leadership series with STEM high schools of Chicago Public Schools. In the fall, Kevin is excited to become a chemistry and physics teacher, as well as an assistant soccer and basketball coach at Lake Forest Academy. We are grateful for all of Kevin's contributions during his time here and the impact that he will have through his teaching. Please join me in welcoming Kevin Ingram.
Thank you, Dean Osofsky. It is an honor to be speaking on behalf of the 2023 graduating MSLs and in front of everyone here today. I'd like to start by saying thank you to everyone who supported me in our class throughout what felt like the quickest year of my life. First, thank you to my parents, grandparents, and family for supporting me and encouraging me, wherever you are up there. Thank you to all the faculty, professors, and alumni who helped guide each and every one of us throughout our time in the program. I appreciate each of you who opened your doors and offered your advice. And thanks to each of you willing to keep your doors open even after we all graduate. I admire your commitment to our success and growth, and I will strive to show the same commitment when I become a teacher. And of course, thank you to all the MSL students. All of you are incredibly talented, intelligent, and kind people. As the 9th graduating class of MSL students, we've come a long way. We entered the program with our STEM knowledge and wide-ranging experience in engineering, the life sciences, business, finance, patent law, public health, medicine, consulting, project management, fashion designing, and so much more. We challenge ourselves to learn new concepts of law and business. We develop new and meaningful friendships, participated in entrepreneurial, interdisciplinary, innovative, and international projects. And we made countless trips to Harry's Cafe, all towards today and receiving a Master of Science in Law. Standing here and seeing all of you now, I want you to know that I'm so proud. I'm proud that I have the privilege to be a part of a diverse, humble, and driven cohort. I'm proud of each of you for being well-rounded, as well as curious and resilient individuals. And as Malcolm and Demi said at our reception yesterday, I'm proud of all of you for allowing yourselves to show up and to continue showing up each and every day, even while searching for jobs, working in the ones some of you are currently in, pushing through finals and power weeks, and receiving what felt like an endless amount of emails and reminders to fill out our CTEs. You each brought an open mind to this program and put in the immense amount of work to get to this point. As I was reflecting and trying to think of my final words of advice and inspiration, I couldn't help but think of parallels between our academic journey and sports. I know, shocker for a soon-to-be coach and teacher. MSLs, after 4 quarters, and for some of us more, the buzzer has sounded, and our game as students in the MSL has ended. It's time to pass down the baton to the next group of students. Let us do so with pride, knowing that we have left playbooks for them to read, footprints for them to fill, and if called upon, we can grab our clipboards and whistles to be their coaches, just as each class has done before us. Let us hand in our equipment and jerseys with gratitude, appreciating the teammates we've played with, the facilities we've practiced in, and the mentors who've taught us. Let us kick off our next adventures with confidence, ready to tackle complex issues head on, ready to jump over hurdles of adversity, and ready to embrace the failures and successes along the way. And let us bring each of these 3 attributes, pride, gratitude, and confidence, along with our newly acquired skills and knowledge, as we all depart to start new positions, join new teams, play on new courts, or return to our home fields. I came into Northwestern with the purpose of finding new goals to set, new positions to play, and new tracks to follow. Thanks to each of your stories, perspectives, and selflessness, you've helped me fulfill this purpose. For I, and I'm sure many of you too, have discovered limitless positions to play and numerous tracks to follow, whether in education, in law, in STEM, in business, or perhaps inevitably, any and all of them at once. Most importantly, I found an amazing group of lifelong friends and mentors, and for that, I am forever grateful. In return, I can't wait to be one of your biggest fans, cheering while each of you start the next leg of your race in life. And I'm so excited to see how far we all run. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2023.
Thank you, Kevin, for these wonderful remarks. And I know I can speak for everybody in this room. We're all cheering the class of 2023 on. And would everyone please join me in a thank you to all of our student speakers for their thoughtful and inspiring remarks. And now it is my great honor to introduce today's keynote speaker, Cherise Smith. An alumna of the class of 1996, Cherise Smith is a path-breaking lawyer and an established expert in data privacy and cybersecurity. In addition to her current role as managing partner of Paul Hastings LLP, she has made important contributions as former general counsel of Washington Post Digital, chief counsel to the chair of the FCC, a member of our law board, and a distinguished Northwestern Pritzker Law alumna. Ms. Smith is renowned for her expert advisement on crisis issues and is regularly sought after by corporate board members and the C-suite. She previously served as vice chair of Paul Hastings LLP's data privacy and cybersecurity practice and is known as one of the country's preeminent attorneys with expertise in data privacy and cybersecurity and media and technology. She is recognized throughout legal, media, communications, and technology industries for her leadership, business acumen, and dedication to clients, and she is consistently ranked as a leading lawyer in Chambers USA and Legal 500. Before joining Paul Hastings LLP, Ms. Smith served as chief counsel to Chairman Julius Genchowski at the FCC, where she was responsible for determining the agency's business and policy agenda on a multitude of media and technology matters. She led the FCC's cross-agency efforts to refine and implement new rules on data privacy and cybersecurity for multinational companies, navigating complex data and privacy rules in US, EU, and Asia. Her work also involved extensive interaction with external stakeholders, including wireless, media, cable, and telecommunications companies, industry groups and trade associations, federal and state agencies, and Congress. Outside of her role with Paul Hastings LLP, Ms. Smith serves on the board of directors of NortonLifeLock and Cable One. She also, as I mentioned before, is a member of our law school's law board, the University of Maryland's Journalism School Board, and America's Public Television Station's Executive Board. Prior to attending Northwestern Pritzker School of Law, Ms. Smith earned a BS in Business Administration from the University of South Carolina. We are honored and absolutely thrilled that she's joining us today to share her insights with our graduates, and also extend a warm welcome to her mother, Joanne, husband, Ade, and children, Morgan and Quinn. We are extremely grateful for Ms. Smith's leadership and all that she contributes to our law school and society. I have learned so much from her wise counsel, and am thankful for our partnership. Her support for our law school and students as a key leader on Law Board makes such a difference. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Cherise Smith.
Well, good afternoon. It is my sincere honor to be with you to celebrate the culmination of many hard years of work. Thank you to the class of 2023 for allowing me to join you today. As Dean Osofsky has said, my official title is Cherise Smith, Managing Partner of Paul Hastings, the best law firm in the world. Sorry, gotta rep my hood. But I don't define myself by that title because, as you've heard, I've had a lot of titles. Chief Counsel of the Federal Communications Commission, General Counsel of Washington Post Digital, board member on NortonLifeLock and Cable One, and a very, very proud member of the Northwestern University School of Law. I also sit on, as Dean Osofsky said, on the University of Maryland's Journalism School Board, which as someone who wanted to be a news anchor really meant a lot. And that's been a real treat, and you'll hear about some of those things in my journey today. But those titles are in addition to the most important roles that I have in my life. Being a mom to Morgan and Quinn, hi guys, a partner to my husband, Ade Helliger, and a daughter to my mom, Joanne Smith, who are here in the balcony with me today. Oh yeah, and our dog, Leo, who I'll talk about a little bit later, but he's clearly not here today. So I am a daughter of South Carolina, and I am a true Southerner. You get a lot from a Southerner. We are known for a few things. We will smile and cut you at the same time. Bless your heart is never a good thing. Tea is only sweet. And for those interested in criminal law, only in South Carolina could the main witness in a murder case be a dog named Bubba. I mean, seriously, look it up. It's a true story. So we're also known for being storytellers, some true, some not. We like to tell stories to get our points across, and that's what I plan to do today. Hopefully, I'll share some stories that will allow me to pass on a few life lessons and tips for success for your future journey. So without further ado, here are 3 life lessons that have served me well throughout my life. Life lesson number 1. Your success in this field will depend on your never-ending search to learn more. Now, my family will tell you that I am someone who is all up in the business, as Southerners would say. I love to talk to people. I love to find out more. I will dig and dig until I have the answers that I want. Now, they'll say I'm nosy. I say I'm intellectually curious. Tomato, tomato. But this intellectual curiousness, or nosiness, is the thing that has made me successful, as the practice of law is a never-ending journey of intellectual curiosity and digging for more. Now, my journey at Northwestern started off a little rocky, because it was the first time that I questioned whether I truly had what it took to succeed. I received my undergrad degree at the University of South Carolina, home of the Gamecocks, and the real USC. Yes, I said it. When I started on our first day, all 200 of us met in Lincoln Hall to have orientation and introduce ourselves. And just like your class, my class was made up of these amazing people. Hello, I'm Samantha from Harvard and I cured cancer. Hi, I'm Tom from Stanford. I speak 7 languages and I basically created Hong Kong. And my story was, well, I graduated from USC and I went to school with Hootie and the Blowfish and knew Darius before he was Hootie. I was unnerved after that first day. I went back to my place and I called my mom and said in a very calm voice, "I'm so sorry, but I have made a grave mistake. This is not the place for me, but don't worry because I'm the firstborn and I am a problem solver, which means I've taken the liberty of arranging a U-Haul. So if you get in the car, you'll be here in 7 hours. I know you'll be tired. I'll drive home. And don't worry, I'll figure out a way to either go to a school in the South or find another job. Sound like a plan?" And my wonderful, supportive Southern mother said, "Suck it up, Buttercup. I'm not coming to get you." And after I picked my face off of the floor, I listened intently to her next set of words. "You are who you are, and what has gotten you here is the thing that will keep you here. You have always loved a challenge, and you are going to dig in because you love to learn, and that drive to learn has always been and will be your success." Now, only later did she share that she was scared for me. She didn't know how it was going to turn out. All she knew was that she dropped her baby off in a city and at a school where I knew no one. And now, as a mom, I understand how tough that conversation was for her. But here's what happened next. My intellectual curiosity kicked in and was supported by my professors and peers. I remember my first day with Professor Reddish's civil procedure class where he yelled, "Planoyer versus Neff!" And I thought, oh, he's crazy. I'm all in. And he brought that class to life. And I remember Professor Hughes's evidence class where she explained how evidence played into all aspects of life. And that probably could have helped Bubba from the earlier story. My professors at Northwestern continued to encourage me not to take classes just because, but they challenged me to focus on the educational opportunities that drove my passions and to keep that same mindset post-graduation, which is what I did coming out of law school. I chose my very first law firm because I wanted to learn about intellectual property, technology, and media issues. When I went to Washington Post Digital, I knew that I wanted to learn the business of law. And when I left my good-paying job as general counsel to be chief counsel at the Federal Communications Commission and go to that government salary, try defending that one to your husband, I knew that I wanted to learn how media and technology policy was made and how it interacted with the legal decisions that companies made. When I left, I had knowledge that became very valuable to my clients. Intellectual curiosity and the thirst for knowledge drove all of my career choices. But you don't have to be a high-profile law firm, partner, government agency member, or major media company lawyer to learn skills that will take you through life. Take my very first job, where I was a cashier at Food Lion in Florence, South Carolina, and I'm proud to say that I was cashier of the month every month. Yes, Morgan and Quinn, you're hearing that story again. It's not good for the zombie apocalypse, but it's good for this story. Now, I love that job, and I learned so much from that job that has helped me in the legal field. For example, some may think that the first time I heard about precedent setting was here at Northwestern. Oh, no, no, no. I lived and learned precedent setting at Food Lion. Let me set the stage. It's Friday night, let's say 6:30 p.m., and because you're cashier of the month, you are the cashier on the high-pressure 10 items or less line. People are tired, and they are ready to get home. Now, you look down the conveyor belt, and you see at least 30 people in line, and they are all irritated. Now, 5 people back, you see an elderly woman, let's just call her G-Ma, who clearly has 20 to 30 items. And 3 people behind her, you see another woman, let's just call her Karen, who is clearly looking at G-Ma's groceries, looking back at you, looking at the groceries, and is clearly ready to report you to the manager. And 5 people behind her, you see someone else, well, let's just call him John, who had 10 items, got out of line to get 20 more items, came back in line, and is ready to see what you're gonna do. I mean, the nerve. Well, the Supreme Court decision-making process has nothing to do with the decision-making process of a Food Lion cashier on the 10 items or less line. Are you gonna ring everyone else up? If not, how are you gonna decide who gets to come into the line and with more items? What's the prima facie case needed to establish this point? Are you comfortable making the exception, and what are the consequences of those actions? And do you need the the manager, to come in and set new rules? Well, let me tell you what Justice Cherie Smith did. When G-Ma got to the front of the line, I let her be because she was in a protected class, and I was gonna make that exception all day. When Karen got to the front of the line and started yelling at me, I said, "Bless your heart. I see that you were upset." And then I told her my manager was over here, and if she would like to file a complaint, she was more than welcome to. But because I was cashier of the month every month, I knew nothing was gonna happen to me. And when John came down the line and put all of his items, including the additional ones he went and got, on the conveyor belt, I promptly put down that aisle closed sign and told him that I was going on break and that my colleague on aisle 2 would be more than welcome to help him. Or as we say in the legal profession, certiorari denied. So here are the gems in this story. First, I'm clearly petty, but that's not the main point of the story. The main point is about understanding and appreciating that in every job, there is a learning experience that will help you in your future journey. Did I really understand what precedent setting was? Not so much. But at Food Lion, I learned the importance of understanding how one decision could impact all subsequent decisions. The other things I learned in that job were things that helped me in my future jobs and in the legal career. When you are in the 10 items or less line, you are dealing with a new person every 6 minutes, or in big law, we call that point 1. You do not know what they have been through or what they are dealing with. So you had to learn how to quickly assess a person, a situation, and with little to no facts, figure out how to solve their problem and have them come away happy with a good result and thinking highly of your company. That's the practice of law all day, every day. As you move into your next journey, you will find things in each job that you can take to the next job. Keep that intellectual curiosity, and that will make you successful in this profession. That's life lesson number 1. Life lesson number 2 is very short and has to do with my dog, Leo. Leonardo da Vinci Smith Helliger, to be exact. Now, to be clear, I wanted to name him Tupac, but those people over there outvoted me. Leonardo da Vinci Helliger loves me like no other. I am his favorite human in this house. He thinks that he is my third child, and I adore him. That's it. That's the story. That's all I got. So you're probably thinking, what in the world does that have to do with life lesson 2? Or some of you are thinking, who's going to call Child Protective Services because this woman with 2 children wanted to name the dog Tupac? Both of those questions are valid ones, but I'm going to answer the former. And this is why this story matters. Is because at the beginning of this speech, I said that I would mention my dog Leo, and I did. This is my life lesson number 2. Your word matters. When you say that you are going to do something, you must do it, period. This matters in the legal industry more than most industries. So many times, it's not about the substance of the law, but the substance of the person. The way the deals get done, the way the cases get resolved, the way the next job opportunity comes, tends to hinge on the people involved. Your word matters. Now, my final life lesson, lesson 3, involves my very own graduation story 27 years ago. When I sat in your chairs, I had an offer from a law firm and was going to be starting in their first year class. So I had a job, but I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And if I'm honest with myself, I was scared and unsure. I looked around at my peers, many of whom were incredibly sure about what they wanted to be and what they wanted to do, or at least they said they knew. Hello, I'm going to graduate. I'm going to go to be a litigation associate. I'm going to be a litigation partner. I'm going to go to the AUSA. I'm going to go to the Supreme Court, and then I'm going to die. Okay. And there I was, Cherise Smith from Florence, South Carolina, who was just happy to be graduating. Yet here I stand before you as an African-American woman who is the global managing partner of an almost $2 billion global law firm, representing, thank you, representing the top media companies in the world. I know every CEO and GC at every major media company. And this year at our partner retreat, I had the privilege of being on stage and interviewing President Clinton and President Bush, and you could not have told me that I wasn't Barbara Walters, Oprah, and Walter Cronkite all wrapped up into one. Would I have predicted that my love of media would intersect with what I loved about the law, or that I would have been able to combine my desire to be a news anchor with my love of media and the law? I never would have called this. And that leads me to the most important lesson for today. If you take anything from today's speech, I hope that it is this. As you sit here today, you don't need to know where you are going to end up exactly where you need to be. Bless the people who know exactly where they are going. Bless the people who know exactly where they're going. Bless their little hearts. But for most others, they don't know, and most people are not honest about it. And also, life throws you curves, and you're gonna have to call audibles along the way. But here are the things that allowed me to succeed and end up exactly where I needed to be, and the things that will guide you on your right path. First, you got here because you are smart and talented, and you will do what it takes to win. And remember, Northwestern doesn't pick losers. Second, you have the support of your peers. Look around. You have gone through the last few years with each other, and you are forever bonded by this special experience. And here's the thing. The person who made a spectacle of himself at the Thursday night bar crawl could be the Fortune 500 General Counsel who will give you $2 million of business every year. Now, that may or may not be a true story, but I'm no snitch. Your peer may or may not introduce you to the person who becomes your husband, which then leads to the amazing family that you didn't even know you wanted. Now, that I can confirm is a true story. Third, look around at your family members who are all here with you today. They have been here and will always be there for you, and will support you in ways that have nothing to do with the law. On my worst days, I think, my husband and my children love me, my mama loves me, and now you all know that Leonardo da Vinci, Tupac Helliger loves me. And I'll end with this. 27 years ago, as my final act on campus, I purchased this Northwestern sweatshirt at the bookstore. And if I'm honest, I did it because I wasn't sure if I would be back and wanted something to remember. And as you can see, it's frayed and it's worn. But it has stood the test of time, and apropos of all that is Northwestern, it has been there when I needed comfort and support. That is what we will continue to provide to you. You will always have your professors, deans, administrators, and alum who are here to support you. We're quite the squad, and we leave no person behind. We are here for guidance, we are here for jobs, we are here for celebrations. We are simply here. And at the end of the day, and most importantly, we will be here to ensure that you too end up exactly where you need to be. So thank you for choosing me as this year's Convocation speaker. And the only honor greater than your choosing me as this year's speaker is the honor that I now have, welcoming you to our esteemed profession. Congratulations to you, the class of 2023, and to my mom, I think it's safe to say it all turned out okay.
Wow. Thank you, Cherise, for sharing those incredible, meaningful, and inspiring remarks with the class of 2023, and for celebrating this special occasion with our graduates. We're just so grateful. It is now time to present the class of 2023. At Northwestern Pritzker Law, we follow an academic tradition that dates back to the 13th century, which you can read more about in your program. We will call each graduate by name, and they will come forward and be adorned with an academic hood signifying their degree. Professor Monica Llorente will read the names of the JD and JD MBA graduates, and Professor John Thornton will read the names of the LLM and MSL graduates. Faculty closely involved with each degree program will help distribute the hoods. So now we all go into position.
The candidates for the degree of Master of Laws, to be hooded by Adi Altschuler, Emily Cadens, and Cliff Zimmerman. Fabio Pacileo Costa, Elizabeth Nankunda, Smiti Singrodia, Shudong Lee, Anumita Sanjeev Sangli, Vincent Mitchell Shera. Yanni Wang, Jishen Shun, Hanjun Gao. Jennifer Shiamaka Thankgad, Zuchen Wang, Lishan Dung. Jian Zhang, Wenyu Li, Shangbo Liu. Bohan Zhang, Yushin Chun, Shutong Yu. Rongji Zhang, Shihui Shu, Erdong Zhao. Samara Azevedo Fagunji, Laura Ducati D'Abronzo, Flor Elias Pompeu. Jianan Tisam Dikua, Thais Fejo Malacarne, Samantha Ann Manzon. Laura Katarina Dürr, Stephanie Engman, Zofia Abdulmanova. Aziza Esmael A. Turki, Miroslava Godoy Soto, Catalina Ucros Tellez. Daniela Roca, Karime Hassan, Waded Mubarak de la Cruz. Moses Gonzalez Arroyo, Meng Xuan Li, Nicolas Agustin Ramos. Franco Jofre Risignolo, Vanessa Kirsenovich Haidt, Antonio Toca Gallego, Diana Gabriela Torres Miranda, Rodrigo Carmona Heran, Martin Erazuris. Lucas de Grossi, Mauricio Tadeo Castillo Lozano, Andrés de Iruaziz Alga, Javier Laval Albarán, José Eduardo Coronado Castro, Cristian Principie, Anthony Perdikis, Axel Daniel Emmanuel Suzini, Paulina Arango Aspuru. Pablo Galvan Lopez, Stelio Squanchi, Mateo Vazquez. Yutong Liu, Zihui Yen, Guanan Zhu. Chuxin Qin, Wenxun Zhou, Pezua Li. Wanting Ding, Xiaoshui Zhao, Yitao Yuan. Yikun Liang, Byunran Zhang, Jiaxi Duen. Jianing Liu, Yiran Li, Mengling Xu. Swunye Ni, Yuno Wu, Chang Liu. Lingyu Shun, Zichen Zhao, Sijuen Song. Xiaoyue Zhang, Junzi Yue, Zidong Wu. Junyan Ling, Yiying Zhong, Meili Zhu. Hongfan Chen, Tianyu Shi, Paco Liu. Chang Su, Yuqi Yao, Yiwei Shen. Shunyan Lu, Suwen Du, Bowen Wang. Zhujie Zhang, Ichin Zhang, Viola Bosicio. Pedro Raful Villamar, Jeman Tan, Huxiao Wang. Shunjie Kai, Zhiqing Cui, Yubo Wang. Micah Yamaguchi, Ming-Yi Zhang, Uchi Hong. Cheng Hao Lu, Ya Chu Hu, Yushen Huang. Yuxuan Teng, Choya Zhang, Yuanjing Wang. Yilan Ba, Xinyan Gu, Juinrong Ouyang. Shufeng Han, Yihao Huang, Shiqi Shu. Zhongming Zhu, Maywin Su, Maria Camila Salazar Arias. Sagar Sharma, Tessie Tu, Ilyun Zhang. Wanli Che, Jiayi Gao, Chenhui Jin. Yuchen Xu, Shuijing Shang, Zhong Qi. Zijin Wang, Zhouwei Yu, Yuan Ling. Yiming Chen, Maria Soledad Cabañas Blesa, with Tomas Perez Gazitua Cabañas and Nicolas Perez Gazitua Cabañas. Renato de Ajuda Filho with Cecilia. Jerónimo Amenarbar Viel, Rodmel Bautista, Jerónimo Amenarbar Viel with Victoria, Rodma El Batista with Vito and Ali, and Lennart Taschenbecker.
They're going to end. Would you mind just announcing Irina? She can't come. Just say not in attendance today.
Who?
Irina.
Okay, where?
The first one. Can you just say not in attendance today? Irina.
Okay, sure.
And then let me have one more card.
This is the end of the candidates for the Master of Laws.
So actually, maybe just read those three. Read those three, and then the last one, go ahead and say not in attendance or whatever.
Okay. The candidates for the degree of Master of Laws in International Human Rights. To be hooded by Ibrahim Gassama, Carolyn Fraser, and Bridget Aramond. Binish Zia, Anusha Karel, Daniel Caballero, and Irina Rekrut, who could not attend today's ceremony. This is the end of the Master of Laws in International Human Rights. The candidates for the degree of Master of Laws in Taxation, to be hooded by Genevieve Tokic, Paul Pensack, and Philip Postlethwaite. Bumi Deborah Ayo Agunmuko, Kenil Bonelli, Renisha Ricks. Stahili Muhammad, Lilian Amenawan Itua, Paweł Chodzinski. Justin Clinton Welsh, Amalia Melissa Castro, Stephen Alexander Berial, John Patrick McInerney, Patrick Michaelis, Diana Solano Flores, Madison Johns, Victoria Makarova with Sophie Shirazi and Arabella Shirazi, and Ana Carolina Barashu Borja Gifareas. Sina Satayashpur, Lang Liu, Jing Peng, William Taylor Anthony Gleason, Ryan Alexander Less, VJ Johnson Tanko, Matthew William Fisher, Royce Raymond Bredemeyer, Derek Larson, Joseph Sebastian Tritton, Joel Brown, Taylor Brown, Benjamin Holtzman, Michael Conroy with Harper and Adeline Conroy, This is the end of the Master of Laws in Taxation. The candidates for the degree of Master of Laws Executive Program Madrid to be hooded by Eugenia Castrillon, Jim Spetta, and Steve Reed. Nicolás Lerea Fradejas, Alejandra Vela, Stefan Neif. Sofía Margarita Otoja Ton, Estefania Arciniegas Carvajal, Hee Jin Shin. Anangel Vivas Gonzalez, Kwanzu Ji, Fabiuni Correa Diaz Brites, Maria Talia Chao Rivera, Gerardo de Jesus Castañeda Montañez, Luisa Fernanda Cardona Otalora, Edmundo Elias Loyola, Natasha Denkowska, Mariana Gonzalez Hernandez, Natalia Slivenko, Yuriko Sato, Mark Philip Hendrik Wiesenberg, Maria Jose Assis Iragori, Jaime Israel Moreno Trevino, Katarina O. Mishina, Wafik Ahmad Al-Nabulsi, Adriana de la Piedra Chavez with Aluvia Harufe, and Leonardo Berrio Chamora with Sebastian Berrio Diaz. This is the end of the Master of Laws Executive Program, Madrid. The candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Law, to be hooded by Alexandra Franco, Jeffrey Carter Johnson, and Josh Kleinfeld. Okay. Omar Khalid Algonayan, James A. Tenbrink, Rafael Norahun Chanyaloev, Michelle Rose Rollin, Chloe Danielle Corder, Sydney Christine Liverance, Demetra Marie Charlub, Nicole Heiderschreit Breitbach, Patrick Ryan Daniel Adams, Courtney Michelle Moore, Fernando Darian Mata, Hua-Xing Cui, Jiayue Dong, Gabriela Ruth Parma, Daryl Engel, Victor Alexander Brown, Hind Anis Muthana, Mary Virginia Yost, Malcolm Xavier, Zachary Jamond Watts. Ro Chun Lee. Yuanjing Shi. Tien Tang. Lisa P. Renaud. Amy S. Verghese. Adeline Patek. Ali Walton. Madison S. Turca. Victoria Olivia Forte. Tiana Tony Bennett. Tranika Kiara Dukes. Tyler Sinclair Whaley. Stephanie Elizabeth Haas. Marissa Rosenblatt. Serena Xiwen Lu. Yu Chao Lo. Yu Hao Li. Yena Sun. Jayo Sue. Tian Hao Zhou. Isaac Ross Mung. Andrea Reyes. Adam Joseph Steslicki. Maya Clark. Joseph A. Caretta. Kevin James Ingram. Wesley Myung. Nikhil Kapoor. Lauren R. Griffin. Cindy Alexis Lugutua. Celestine Chijike Obina. Heather Ellen McConnell Smith. John Henry Groth. Vikrant Datta. Yipeng Wang. Sing Yi Pan. Xiaohan Chu. Muzi Ding, Ning Li, Jin Hong Wu. Juan M. Teo Haynes, Derek Laron Cabrera, Aurica Revez with Aneldi, Stacy Staffaroni Triolo with Nico, Deepa Ganesh with Shakti Shandukar, Pingja Jung with Agnes Liu. Yeah. Ryan Knoll to be hooded by Gregory Hummel. Robert Rafer to be hooded by Professor Wendy Muchman. And Haley Lauren O'Leary to be hooded by Monica Dudley Weldon.
You go ahead, go ahead.
And Monica Dudley Weldon with Piper to be hooded by Haley O'Leary. The end of the Master of Science in Laws.
Now, the candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor and Master of Business Administration. To be hooded by Wendy Muchman, James Vander, and Steve Reed. Kristen Modi. Michael Minsuk Choi. Rohan Reddy. Kathleen Denise Artificial. Christopher Darby. Prabhu Suresh. John Daniel Hayes. Jeffrey Chike Cole. Michaela Ariel Baker. Nicholas Malcolm Delaplane Britton. Samantha Sosa. Ellen Hines Stuckey. Julian Evan Musikant, Henry Rittenberg, Michelle Corrine Rocha Fria, Inez Solov, Aliona Santana de la Rosa, Sarah Jamil, Zhang Ya Zhang, Varun Bhatnagar, Sung Kyu Hong, Lacey M. Johnson, who just had a week ago twins honor and honest. Kasheen Blackwell, to be hooded by Bridget Carmichael. Bobby Baolong Liu, to be hooded by Helen Zhang. And that is the end of the Juris Doctor and Master of Business Administration candidates. Now, candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor to be hooded by Wendy Munchman, James Spander, and Steve Reed. Bradford McGann. Catherine Speckles. Michael Pranger. Jin Chong. Jade Cherie Peoples. Yashin Kashyap. Zoe Reinstein. Alice Preminger. Catherine Plaster. Zoe Levine. Jordan Plummer. Jacqueline Marie O'Brien. Clara Petch. Lauren Stapleton. Lauren Elizabeth McBride. Grace Stipich. Luma Kabaz. Adam Louis Lefkowitz. Olivia Miller. Chloe Winona Smeltzer. Juliette Sobel. Tamara Salimani. Megan Elizabeth Mayer. Martha Keela. Samantha Riley Drake. Marion Virginia Woznica. Allison Lee. Lila Wren Kleban. Reagan Sacco. Shayna Rachel Broth. Sarah Wolf Knight. Min Kyung Millie Kim. Jessica Kittleberger. Taylor Nia Inchaco. Tani Spinelli. Sabrina Lieberman. Daniel Silberberg. John Warren. Tahire Kudemi. Bethany K. Thomas. Deidre McCall. Sean Sun. Elizabeth Ann Sanchez. Catherine Alyssa Dempsey. Mega Sauraut. Rahela Alam Sami. Jane Moy Rowley. Sarah Peng. Tiffany Miller. Riley Patrick O'Farrell. Jackson Slaughter. Alexander Queen. Anthony Michael Kilkoff. Taylor Kane Randall. Nicole Julia Koshavatsky. Jared Staley. Sarah Turner. Bradley McGee. Michael Willen. Jackson Turner Lane. Shen Peng. Reed Thomas Patterson III. Meredith Liu. Yu Hyung Jane Lee. Jennifer Daeun Yi. Jenny Kim. Joshua Lustig. Jared Thomas Reiner. Andrew Scattergood. Shane Ali Visram. Danny Wong. Angela O. Elise Yoon Woo. Ki Ma. Andrew Christopher Lang Reyes. Andreas Christian Rausch. Alexandra Lee. Ku Shu. Anima Anwar. Andrew David Siegel. Anthony William Wallner. Catherine Sears. Alexander Kalos. Dean Justin Wise. Anthony Joseph Vitucci. Andrew William Schutz. Drake Pausgraf Saffel. Ethan Cole Pierce. Kyle Philip Patton. Caleb Linton. Samuel Mitchell. Jordan T. Krieger. Julia Morandi. And now candidate for the degree of Juris Doctor and Masters of Law in Taxation, Justin DeBouvier. Accompanied now with continuing with candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor, Chad Malik Tucker. And Jonathan Martin Ward. Landon J. Oakes. Michael Palmer. Adrian O. Crystal Jingjing Ye. David A. Kruger. Emily Hannah Rodriguez. Jessica Allison Vishny. Carlos Estrada. Matthew Danaher. Samuel Gorolski. Luke D. Shadley. Jordan Noah Schwartz. Benjamin David Enos. Jenny Olivia Seng. Kristen Sanders. Emil Yacer Arrieta. Thomas Fleming. And Justin Birchie with Milo Birchie. Yingning Tori Hu. Kiyung Daniel Bake. Caitlin Michelle Capriati. Aaron M. Wright. Matthew Randall Caster. Robin Kai. Jacob Hoflich. Max Finkelstein. Daniel John Cummins. Alexandra Brooke Dockish. Aaron Hughes. Monica Faye Bussey. Sierra Anderson. Megan Elizabeth Cahill. Greer DeLu Harrison. George John Avdelas. Mick Timothy Borchert. Tessa Weil Greenberg. Clarissa Galaviz Lizárraga. Ella John Beckman. Rebecca Teresa Anthony. Elizabeth Anita Gaskins. Jordan Thibodeau Gerlach. Emma Catherine Lavin. Kaylin Renee Church. Nathan E. Alamillo. Daniel John D'Amicio. Merdad Alvandi. Gregory Garcia. Eric Y. Cheng. Lucas Jeffrey Hale. Elaine Rose Cleary. Javier Andujar Jr. Jacob Thomas Albrecht. Freya Frances Depew. Molly Brambill. Mari Earhart Price. Ariana Banks. William Foy. Rachel Corella. Michael Joseph Byrne. Hayden Ross Golemon. Emma Bourgeois. Alyssa Haley Brewer. Marjorie Carter. Andrew Hartford. Dana Lauren DeVlieger. Elizabeth Sophia Charles. Rachel Catherine Ivanowski. Sarah Chase. Jordana Bay. Cariana Artasian Monique Brown. Josephine Bryan. David Kohan Gadosh. Letitia Marie Holiday Curtis. Julia Alta Shaina Florentin. And Cindy Xingyi Kai. Darius Callum. Maggie Elizabeth Jokinen. Nicole Eatman. Taylor DeGrossier. Karen Iskander. Michael Aridi Baraki. Zain El Khalil. Daniel Grossberg. Ashley Bax. Chad William Craycraft. Noah Bloomberg. Connor James Guilfoyle. Ella Chakrek. Rachel Christina Cox. Anthony Thomas Canaris. Keon Dodbey. Jonathan Roger Arnold. Jonathan Morgan Baker. Zachary Coburn. Ephraim Philip Burke. Sakna Badbayar. Christian Clays. Dylan DeWitt. Olivia May Danner. Isabella DiCarlo. Amaranza Gomez. Amelia Dahl. Sarah Maureen Bazir. Deepa Chari. Kathleen Anna Drake Clancy. Adam Michael Clark. Leanne Kim Giordano. Grant Limbert Glazebrook. Peter James Hillary. Dominic Bayer. Jacob Andrew Basansini. Eva Gao. Oren Richard Depp. Ji Hao Ding. Jack Baumruck. Brendan Gilligan. James Aldred. Thomas McNeil Butcher, Jr. Patrick Hecker. David Martin Epstein. Matt Yi-Hoon Choi. Arnold Huang. Hanshen Chen. Naomi Aguirre. Joanna Janica. Adia Abney Brantley. Austin Island. Richard Min. Jordan Pape with Sophie Pape. Monica Yue Zhang with Zhao Jeffrey Zhao. Nicholas Wagner with Jamie Wagner and Maxwell Johnson with Lottie and Olivia Johnson. Michael Peter Bellis, to be hooded by Steve Art. Hannah Ruth Friedel, to be hooded by Taylor Markison. And Julia Helen Gabriel, to be hooded by Michael Tremesky. Valentina Lemes with Lazar Zivak. Thomas Joseph McDonough, to be hooded by Tom McDonough. Madeline Raffine Thompson, to be hooded by Amy Thompson. Catherine Ann Demerit, to be hooded by John Demerit. Duncan Michaels Weinstein, to be hooded by Blaine Weinstein. Bailey Michael Cordonier, to be hooded by Catherine Servone.
Both of them are being hooded by Blair, but then she's last because she's struggling to walk a little bit.
Yes, I know. Kendall Wharton, to be hooded by Blair Matthews. And Sakia Dillard, to be hooded by Blair Matthews.
Go ahead and have him do it, and then she can go out. Or go ahead.
Whatever. What do you want to go? Catherine E. Boras. And that is the end of the candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor.
It is my distinct honor to present to all of you the Northwestern Pritzker School of Law class of 2023. You all did it. Today marks the end of your time as a student and the beginning of another equally important relationship with the law school. Today, you join our alumni community of over 18,000 individuals worldwide. And as an alum, you'll always be a member of our Northwestern Pritzker Law family that spans the globe. As you navigate your careers ahead, you'll have access to the law school's many services. And I really encourage you to take advantage of those resources, maintain the wonderful relationships you've built here, and access the valuable network available to you as a Northwestern Pritzker Law graduate. We are here for you. We are here to support your professional and personal growth, and we also encourage you to pay it forward with the students who follow. As we come to the end of this ceremony, I wanted to share some final thoughts with the graduates. At this time of polarization, challenge, and change in our country and countries around the world, the importance of law simply could not be clearer. And as members of the legal profession, you have not only a unique opportunity, but a responsibility to contribute to justice and to make an impact. Technology, globalization, cross-cutting problems, the need for greater equity and justice, these things are transforming the practice of law in our society, and I don't need to tell this class that the pace of change has only accelerated while you've been in law school. Lawyers and legal professionals are still grappling with how the pivots to remote and hybrid work, including judicial hearings, or new technologies like ChatGPT, will change the work that we do. Your leadership and ability to nimbly evolve, which you've already demonstrated at your time here at Northwestern, will be critical in this environment. Amid this evolution of the legal profession and of society, there are threats to rights and threats to justice in the United States and around the world. And the access to justice gap remains profound. The World Justice Project reports that more than 5.1 billion people, or approximately 2/3 of the world's population are not getting the justice that they need for both everyday problems and severe injustices. And approximately 1.4 billion, that's 1.4 billion people, have unmet civil or administrative justice needs. In this country, a Legal Services Corporation report found that 92% of low-income people who need civil legal services in this country get no or inadequate legal services. This state of affairs is completely unacceptable. We, as lawyers and legal professionals, have an obligation and an opportunity to help advance justice and protect rights, to provide critically needed legal assistance, and find innovative pathways for the law to move forward. As you go through whatever steps and whatever career paths you move forward from this law school onto. Your class from around the United States and 35 places around the world has already partnered in law school with organizations here and around the world to address societal challenges and justice. And I encourage you as you move forward to find new ways to build needed partnerships with one another and our law school as we work together to make a difference. Beyond these major challenges and opportunities in the profession and our society, we all face choices about what kind of person we will be, what values we will embody, how we treat other people, and what it means to have balance in our lives. We have opportunities every day, small and large, to build community and pay it forward and lift up one another. None of us can predict the opportunities and challenges of life, as the challenges of the past 3 years have profoundly highlighted, but I encourage you to embrace the synergies and the synchronicities, the learning that comes from our challenge. Apply for that job, walk through that unexpectedly open door, even if you're not quite sure you're qualified. So, congratulations again to our graduates, to our families, to our friends. We are so proud of you. We could not be more proud of you, and we're so excited for you, and we wish you all the best as you launch into your legal careers. Please congratulate again the class of 2023. And it is now my great pleasure to introduce our Dean of Students, Susie Spiesroth, who will offer some closing remarks and conclude the ceremony.
Hi, everyone. I promise I'll be fast. I'm the only thing standing between you and the reception back at the law school, and if you're as hungry as I am, we got to get back there quickly. So first, I have to say it. You're going to hear it a million times today, but can we get another congratulations, Northwestern Law Class of 2023? So, as I look out onto all of you today and all of your amazing family members and friends who have come to support you in this momentous occasion, 2 words come to mind. The first word is awe. As I was watching each of you walk across the stage today, I was in awe of the challenges that you have overcome to make it to this day, both small and almost insurmountable for some of you. I am in awe of the hard work you put in day and day out throughout your 1, 2, 3, or 4 years in this community to be able to make it to this day when we officially welcome you into our Northwestern Law alumni community. I am in awe of your grit. I'm in awe of your resilience. I'm in awe of your badassery. Sorry, earmuffs to all the children. I'm just in awe of you. You have earned this, and you have worked so hard. Never lose sight of the feeling that you have today of triumph, right? You did it, you made it, and you earned it. The second word that I want to leave you with, though, is joy. And it's going to take me a minute to get there. So I come from a family where we do not take joy in our careers. My grandfather was a band director. He happened to meet my grandmother, who was a high school flautist at the time. It was a different time then. Worked out well for me, because now I'm here. And my dad would tell stories about how my grandpa would come home from work every single day, complaining about the students, complaining about his job, waiting until his pension would kick in, and telling my dad, I don't care what you do with your life, but promise me that you will never become a teacher. And then I grew up with my father, who came home from work every single day, complaining about his colleagues, complaining about his residents, complaining about his patients. And he said to me, Susie, you can become anything you want in the world. Just promise me you will never become a doctor. I also am not so sure how happy he was with my chosen profession, because he did, for my graduation present from this law school, give me a book entitled Lawyers and Other Reptiles. But I knew I was never going to be a doctor. But that wasn't the only model that I had. Yesterday marked 6 months since we lost very suddenly my uncle, my dad's baby brother. My uncle worked with my dad, side by side, both doctors here at Northwestern Memorial, now Northwestern Medicine. Sorry, that's new branding. They worked together every day. They ate lunch together every single day for 40 years. They were raised in that same household where my grandpa would come home every day complaining about everything. And yet my uncle, he loved his job. And you know why? Because he loved his students. He loved teaching the residents. He loved giving talks. He loved sharing his wealth of knowledge with anyone who would listen. And I will tell you, I learned infinitely more about the mysterious mad scientist work that my dad did as a physician from my uncle than I did from my own father. Because what my uncle did is he found the joy in his work. You are all going out to pursue careers in law firms, in legal services organizations, in tech companies, in businesses, all over the place, and you are going to engage in incredibly challenging and rigorous careers because you've earned those here at the law school. And your days are going to be long, and they're going to be difficult, and there are going to be days where you're going to wonder, why am I doing this? What is this for? And I urge you to find the joy, because it is there. It is there in the pro bono work that you do. It is there in the colleagues that you meet. It is there in the people that you teach. So my one piece of advice to each of you is be an Uncle Bill and find your joy in your careers. And worst case, you can always call me and I can make you feel better. Again, I want to congratulate you. I am thrilled for each and every one of you. And on behalf of Dean Osofsky, I want to invite you and yours back to the law school for a reception after this ceremony. The faculty is going to recess out the theater, stage right, and then the students will come up onto the stage and recess out the theater, stage left. Again, congratulations. I am in awe of you. Go out and find your joy.